I love you, but English is not my first language. I'm really passionate. When I'm speaking, someone sidetrack, I lose my shit. I'm getting mad at you. Don't do that. I love you. Don't do that. Please.
Yeah, I won't.
Please. To me, it sounds condescending, so I'm begging you, don't do that. You are beautiful, amazing, incredible person. You are kind, but you're very condescending, and you're condescending to everyone here. Don't do this.
Virtual reality. Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
I'm Evan Real.
And woof, the cockroaches were running rampant in the Hamptons.
Oh my God! What the?
But they weren't the cause of the bad time, which kind of surprised me. Were you shocked that the prank actually was kind of like reciprocated well?
The prank actually wasn't a big deal. It almost felt like Jenna Lyons in particular expected it, because she's the one who grabbed a little plastic roach and started licking it up, down, and all around like it was a part of the dessert. Now, remind me of the name of that dessert, because I know we did hear it 97 times.
Jenna, going on and on about the Pavlova.
I'm making a Pavlova.
Naomi walked birthday party, she had one.
You have to dress up for the Pavlova. I think I should stay here because I have to put the Pavlova in.
I have heard the word Pavlova maybe 50 times. So, of course, I want to put roaches in the Pavlova.
Pavlonia?
Wait, I love how we both tried it twice, failed at the same time. Pavlova?
Pavlova?
Is that what it is?
I'm not a custard person.
Oh, so it didn't look delectable to you?
Should we just get in there?
Okay. My thing, it looked like sideways and flat, but if that's what it's supposed to be, everyone seemed to like it. So like, it seemed like it did its job.
I do just like a massive heap of fresh fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Like an ice cream situation. So I think the custard and the fresh fruit and the flaky, bakey goodness, it was really appealing to my senses. And it seemed like it was appealing to all the girls.
Everybody's. I know. I did love Jessa while grocery shopping. Be like, should we get a dessert in case it's shit?
Do we have dessert? What if Jenna's Pavlova sucks? Should we get some ice cream?
Like, because I had the same thought. I'm glad it came out well, but Jess was like, there's like cookies here. Like, I want options with the dessert situation. Yeah. I'm like, there's 55 different things to have at dinner. And I guess,
I like how Jessel is a forward thinker.
Mm-hmm. Planning ahead. She doesn't know the cost of milk.
How much is organic milk?
Oh, okay. So this is expensive. $6.50. Tell me.
$9.
Damn.
Honestly, I don't know Hampton's prices because that milk is not $10 here, but it is there.
Yeah, some of those prices were truly shocking, but it was really fun how the editors put that together, how much this shit costs. And I feel like it was also very much amusing Sai, because Sai lives a very fabulous life. We've been to her house. She has that beautiful brownstone in Brooklyn, but she takes a subway. She does her own grocery shopping. And it seems like Jessel she operates through life a little bit differently.
Jessel, and honestly, I'm a fan of delivered groceries. So I feel you, Jessel, because also sometimes it's kind of the same. It's almost the same price-ish. So it does and also Jessel doesn't cook a lot, because even she was like, why did I agree to cook potatoes?
Why the would I say I wanted to make this?
I'll help you with the potatoes. Just relax. I've never seen anybody peel a potato like that.
What do you mean?
You go backward instead of forward?
Yeah. How can you go that way? You can't go forward. It doesn't go forward.
Like, Jessel really was camping this Hamptons trip.
She kept saying things that were so funny. And I'm always wondering when I'm watching Jessel on screen, do you know how funny you are, or are you playing it? Like, I need to know how self or unself-aware she actually is. Like, I need to crawl inside her brain, because it seems like a magical place.
Oh, I have some friends that I always call them my id friends, because they just say what is on their mind. Like, because it's like they lose the not even social graces. They're just like, I have this thought and I'm saying it. Like, it's not even an intrusive thought. It's just, this is a thought that maybe other people are thinking. I am, and I'm going to let you have it. Like, Jenna, is that outfit from a truck?
Is it like recycled? Was this part of like a truck at one point? Oh, no. No, I'm just asking.
What part of the truck?
There are things that come out of Jessel's mouth sometimes that I'm like,
I don't know what just happened there.
I know, like what? She had some other hits. She had some other hits this episode. Now I was remembering the Jenna recyclable outfit. What were the other things she said? She said some other really amazing things that are escaping
It
me.
was a lot of gold. It was a lot of gold. It was the tennis, the cricket. She was very much not knowing how to comfort Raquel while she was crying, and not in a way where she was just like, which was a very sweet scene. I think she was just unfortunately like Brynn was between her and Raquel only, and I'm only saying that unfortunately because like Jess was kind of just like patting Brynn's back while Raquel was crying, which I think she wanted by like osmosis.
So I told my mother I want to change my last name. I don't want him to ever be able to claim me.
Yes. That makes sense. I'm so sorry.
Right. It was comfort through osmosis. Actually, that's so funny because later on in the episode, when it was the Ubah versus Brynn showdown at the table and Brynn was getting upset, Jessel got up to give Brynn a hug and Brynn was like, I don't want your hug.
So, no, I don't want a hug. What I want is maybe...
And she said, okay. Sat right back down. Jessel trying her best.
But in that moment, Jess was like, well, I didn't really want to give you a hug. I just was like, I don't know. This is what I should be doing. But yeah, that Brynn Ubah showdown started off not as a showdown.
Did you guys hear last night?
What?
Well, I went to their room and we started laughing, and Erin said, look at you guys love each other. And both of us, Brynn and I, we were looking at her. I was like, of course we do.
Yes, we do.
I love you.
I love you too.
It started off with them saying they loved each other.
Yeah, but there was underlying tension from the jump. Like when Jessel said it looks like the girls are playing nice in the sandbox in reference to Brynn questioning Ubah, oh, what's going on with the hot sauce?
What's going on with your hot sauce?
Girl, I'm just waiting to have a team, and I don't want to rush because I can't produce a lot.
If there's anything though that you need or help or something like that,
I'll call you.
And I just know Brynn because she's an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius. I know how she thinks, how she operates, how she moves. She only asked that question because she knew
She knows.
which is not a lot is going on with the hot sauce because Ubah explained that she's waiting until she has a team assembled to sort of make that business process easier, which I totally understand too. But yeah, Brynn was being a little...
Well, if Ubah needs any help, you know who she can ask?
Who?
Brynn, because that's what she said.
Oh, okay, yeah, she did. She did offer some help. So there was that.
I wonder what rate Brynn would give Ubah for her consulting. I don't know if Brynn does friends and family.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ubah is friend or family.
Because the way she even offered that was kind of like, I don't know. It didn't it didn't feel super genuine given the place and space where the girls were at. And I could even see when Brynn offered that, I could see Ubah internally cringing because I think she knew that it wasn't coming from the most genuine place, which is fair. Because the girls were just fighting very viciously hours before. So I don't know. It seemed like they were trying to put a Band-Aid over a really messy situation before really, really addressing it.
Well, and then thanks to the confessionals of Erin, Brynn, and Ubah, we were able to see what happened after that because when everyone's like, oh, they hugged at breakfast. And then Ubah kind of was just like, see... Wait, what? She said something where she was like, whenever I'm out of alignment, it's Brynn's fault.
Every time I'm out of alignment is because of Brynn. She side chicked me, and I don't like to be interrupted.
She's like, no, I love her, but whenever something's up with me, it's because of Brynn, because she's condescending to everybody.
I love you, but English is not my first language. I'm really passionate. When I'm speaking, someone sidetrack, I lose my shit. I'm getting mad at you. Don't do that. I love you. Don't do that. Please.
Yeah, I won't.
Please. To me, it sounds condescending, so I'm begging you, don't do that. You are a beautiful, amazing, incredible person. You are kind, but you're very condescending, and you're condescending to everyone here. Don't do this.
And then everyone's kind of like, oh, we're in for a French toast treat.
I feel like she has been planting that seed over the course of these first 4 episodes, like all of the chaos and the drama in the group it's Brynn's fault. And now she is saying, as you were just saying, that her chakras and her aura, if it is suffering, it is because of Brynn's doing, which is, I think, in a way, kind of a compliment to Brynn that she has so much power. And I will say, despite all of the heat that Ubah was throwing at Brynn, she did say, like, the only reason I ever give so much heat to someone is because I love them and I care about them.
I don't get mad, I don't scream unless you mean something to me.
Do you think that there's a sort of genuine love and respect shared between these girls? Are we sort of just seeing the beginning of the end?
I'm not seeing care or love. I think there is a want to care. I think Ubah's like, Brynn, I think they see the positive qualities that each of them have, and they're like, why can't we make this work? And they just strike chords in each other that are irreversible. You know what I mean? Or I don't know if, because it's like, I think the thing is where it's like, oh, I'd vibe with you if you change who you are, and neither of those ladies are going to fundamentally not be who they are. And I think so much of it is still, even though now Ubah's very happy promoting with her boy Oliver, but I think she really did not like that Brynn is the one who spilled the beans about that forever ago.
Yeah, I feel like that definitely still lies deep within her soul, and it's tough to let that go because, like you said, while she's happy to speak openly about the relationship now, maybe she feels like, oh, I never would have had to do this if it wasn't for Brynn, because she does blame Brynn for spilling the beans, which I guess Brynn did, but you know, we don't need to relitigate.
Well, like Ashley Darby said on Potomac, I didn't know he was a bean to spill.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing, because I feel like she thought since the information was shared with Sai, then eventually it was going to get out, et cetera, whatever. But it seems. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, what I wonder, does Brynn think what she told Ubah that was off camera was going to get out, where she was like, I want you to marry Oliver. I want Oliver to want to marry you. Stop acting like this.
I told her, I was like, I want you to marry Oliver. I want Oliver to want to marry you. I don't want you coming off like this as an angry Black woman, you know?
And I know she was coming from a place of, she feels like Ubah is falling into an angry Black woman stereotype, to which Ubah doesn't feel and Erin didn't feel. And the kind of, I think those seeds were, you're having that fight at night. You tell a girl, stop acting like this if you want your man to marry you. Good night. Who's going to wake up on the right side of the bed after that?
I know. And that's the thing. The fundamental issues as a viewer that I am perceiving is Ubah hot, and she's very vocal and animated, and she's loud and she's vibrant. And those are all the things we love about Ubah. However, Brynn, instead of, you know, basically Brynn doesn't like the way Ubah communicates. And that's just like the ethos of Ubah. She's like loud and fiery and hot and spicy and big and, you know, animated, like I just said. But Brynn says things like, and I love you, Brynn, so much, because I am like I said, I'm an Aquarius. And so I get this. Sometimes you say the thing repeatedly that you know is going to press the button. So saying something like, use your words, because I've said things like this to people before and gotten my wrist slapped for it. It does. I think sometimes it's hard to see when you're saying things that are being perceived as condescending. Like
she's being carbon monoxide.
She doesn't think she's condescending. And so I do wonder though, if like, because I feel like sometimes when I speak out in Aquarian ways, I will think about what I said later on when I'm sleeping at night. And I'm like, oh my God, what I said was actually really, really rude. And so I do wonder if like Brynn watches herself back on the show, like how she processes that. And if she now this season under her belt thinks like, oh, like maybe if like several of my castmates were saying that I sound condescending, like maybe I don't know.
Yeah, and I do love when Ubah's like, everyone said she's condescending. Everyone got very quiet because everyone's probably like, what did I talk to Ubah about? Because what Ubah's not a receipt puller outer that we've seen yet, so I don't think she's gonna be like, this is what Jessel has texted me about you or anything like that. But it was interesting to note that. And then also when Ubah was saying like they have different communication patterns. Where Ubah's like, English is my second language. I am very passionate. I'm shouting, not at, I feel like it's a lot of times like she's shouting at situations and she's shouting, but not shouting at someone.
Right.
But that hits a nerve at Brynn. Brynn got hit with a lot of nerves because she wanted to cry and leave, to which Erin, I think, kind of had a moment where she was like, you're giving producers what they want.
I tried to leave yesterday. I want to get the out of here. I'm not happy with this Seriously, everyone needs to shut the Everyone needs to shut the Everyone needs to stop. Everyone needs to stop. Everyone needs to get off of my
Let's
dick.
go get some fresh air and go for a walk.
What?
I didn't know if she meant producers or Sai and Ubah at first. I think she kind of means everybody. But I do feel, I picked it up as first as like, girl, you're another crumbler. You are the Pavlova.
Yeah, I think it was like a collective. You're giving them what they want, but I felt like it was more aimed at producers.
Yeah.
And I wonder what sort of conversations Erin and Brynn had that would prompt Erin to say that out loud in front of cameras.
Well, I mean, Brynn got an honorary production credit this episode when she was like whispering to Rebecca Minkoff, like, let's have a petty fight.
Trying to say things, you know? You can like, hey, like, I have a clothing brand. You sold sweatshirts. It is what? Give it back.
And Rebecca's like mid, like, I don't know if she's still pumping at the breakfast table, but like she was just like tired and being like, oh yeah, I didn't wear all my clothes because I haven't left this house. Like, I'm not gonna turn a look to go grocery shopping. I'm with you on that.
You know, I thought we were all eating in our pajamas, but I missed the memo.
Aw, but you have 2 suitcases.
I know. You brought a lot on the chopper.
What did you actually Where are the looks, Rebecca
I
Minkoff?
wore half of one suitcase. Yeah.
No, really?
And then when Brynn was like, no, like, drag me, like, let's go back and forth, let's play the game. And Rebecca's like, what are you talking about? Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's Rebecca being very true to herself or not being a good housewife. I don't know. Brynn's thinking she's not gonna last long.
But I do love that Brynn did give her some tips.
Yeah.
Like, she was basically, didn't she say something about like selling sweatshirts at BravoCon?
Yeah, she was like, oh, you can say this about me. Say you have a fashion company and I sold sweatshirts at BravoCon. And Rebecca's probably like, what's BravoCon? Like, she's new to this.
Well,
that would actually be the drag for everybody.
I do appreciate that about Brynn. I think that she generally loves the back and forth. I think that she can dish it and take it for the most part, I guess, if you're using your words.
Does she love the back and forth or does she love a back and forth that she creates?
Oh, I mean, it could.
That's a hard thing where it's like, because she knows how to go with Erin. Like, her and Erin are a good toe to toe. Her and Sai, Sai is not in the Brynn, like, she doesn't have a communication with Brynn in a way where Brynn feels like there's a back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, Sai and Ubah are very different than like Erin and Rebecca in terms of the communication style with Brynn.
Yeah, that's very true. That is, yeah. I could agree with that because Ubah and Sai are not going to back down to Brynn and let her steer the ship. Where Rebecca, sweetie Rebecca, she'll
please.
Right. She's like, Brynn, go ahead, do your thing. But wait, we have to talk about Rebecca Minkoff. Every single episode, she gives us some sort of gem, which really is certainly the antithesis of Sai's early assessment that she is boring. She is, last week it was the Diva Cup. This week it was.
The last week was the Diva Cup, the same bed that she lost her virginity on.
Yes.
And everything like that. Yes.
She's so funny. She's so hysterical. She's so candid. But this episode kicked off with her talking about how she was pumping it or needed to pump in a club in Paris with her husband, but there was no pump. So she used her husband's mouth as a pump, talking about he had to sort me out in the bathroom, which honestly sounded like kind of sexy.
One time, Gavin and we went to a club in Paris, and I felt like that feeling. And I was like, babe, you're going to have to sort me out. We're going to go into the bathroom right now. And you need to relieve me.
Yeah.
And he took one for the team.
Did he spit?
Yeah.
I don't think David ever did that for me.
In a Parisian French like club, yeah. Honestly, I'm mad that Brynn was in the back of the like Van for that because she would have loved that story. And I feel if any of the girls would help out Rebecca Minkoff in a pinch like that, with a literal pinch, would be Brynn.
Wait, speaking of sex stories, Jenna Lyons and the sex dungeon, talking about she went to this crazy
pre-Giuliani era, yeah.
Before Giuliani, I guess, got rid of all the sex parties, there was a woman strapped to a spinning wheel, and she was being auctioned off.
I remember we went to the first one. There's a downstairs that used to be like a full-on sex dungeon. There's a woman that was like sort of strapped into a wheel and being turned and auctioned off. There was somebody over those horse barrel things and being
Banged out.
It was like,
So it was like very, like, we watch what's happening.
there's a lot of watching. There was a lot of getting naked. There's a lot of public sex. It was insane.
Yeah.
How did Jenna Lyons get here?
I feel like she's a freak. As she just can prove with this. You know what I mean? I feel you're not putting cockroaches as tasties in your latex as a prim and proper girl. That's why I'm like,
did you say pasties or tasties?
They tasty. She licked them clean before doing it.
I don't know. Either way, I would have loved it. Wow. Tasties and pasties. You're right. No one puts roaches on their nipples unless they are a certified freak.
But that's why I'm also like, why are you afraid to talk about sex with your like teenager? But that's besides the point. That was last week's episode. I'm just confused. But I do love when Jenna Lyons gets put into a corner where she has to like share those like human sexual moments like it, because she got a lot of them.
Yeah, I feel like she's a treasure trove.
She tossed a salad.
Oh, wait. Okay, we got to talk about this. This was the highlight of I don't know about the highlight, but the thing that really struck me most is that Ubah would need a gun put to her head before she goes down to toss a salad, before she goes down on the booty brown. Like, I was like, okay, Ubah, love you, girl, but that is not giving ally.
Well, she licks feet. So if you lick a feet, she'll do that for you. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's so true.
And also, in her defense, straight guys care for things a little bit differently.
That is okay. That's true, because the consensus
not too much on Ubah. Yeah,
right. The consensus was among the group, like, we would do it with a girl who cared for other regions. Yeah.
You put a gun on my face and I wouldn't do that.
I would maybe lick a woman's asshole, but not a man's.
I mean, if it was bleached and like nice and no, if she steamed it with her yoni pot first.
Lesbians.
What was a nona pot? A nenny? What's a net? What kind of
a noni pot? Isn't that thing that Gwyneth Paltrow? I have no clue, but I think it's like a thing. Gwyneth Paltrow, I think, talks about them.
You had to. So you steam your butthole with a noni pot?
Yeah, I don't do it, but I think the 1% does. If you're in the Hamptons buying $10 organic milk, I'm sure you're doing it. But that's the thing. Like, Ubah would have a salad from like Sweet Green. She wouldn't have a salad from a place with a C health rating. And I think, I'm not saying Oliver is in this camp, but I think a lot of straight men's salads probably fall into that territory.
Okay, so any straight men who are listening, just get yourself a noni pot, a nene pot, whatever this pot is called. Do a little steam action, and maybe you can get your girl to toss.
I was like, or at least like a foot.
Yeah, at least like a foot. I forgot about that's a really good point. I take back any implications that I had about Ubah not, being a Jenna style kind of freak. Because if a freak to me, and if I say that in the best way possible, is someone who's down and excited to lick a foot.
Exactly. She's all up in there. Yeah.
Because a foot is kind of like a boundary I set for my. I'm not. I wouldn't lick a foot.
You and Ubah have to have like maybe you guys can give each other tips.
Yeah, true. I've never sucked a toe. So
you know what she'd tell you to do, darling? Put some Ubah Hot on it.
That might be able to get me there.
There you go.
Okay, Brynn. If Brynn is thinking about the marketing that she promised Ubah, it's like, imagine me and Danny and toes and hot sauce. And I don't know what you can do with that, Brynn, but I'm sure you can work some magic.
I think Brynn, her decks will be ready for it. It'll be a plenty.